Friends, welcome back to our channel OMSAI Bhojanapalli.
Claim for loss of profit arising from fire accident. Correct? Because of fire accident, a business enterprise is losing profit, which is going to be compensated by. To get such compensation, it has to be separately insured. It is not that fire policy taken. Under fire also there are so many types of policy. Loss of stock policy, loss of profit policy. There could be a comprehensive policy covering all these things. Understood? But to cover this has to be separately insured. You can't say simply, I took one policy, for that anything lost by fire they will compensate. It is not so. Could you appreciate that? To get your profit compensated, you should have insured your profit. Could you appreciate that? To get your profit being compensated, you should insure your profit. So similarly, when you want to insure your stock, to get compensation for loss of stock, you should have insured your. To get compensation for your loss of stock, you should insure your stock. Correct? When I say you should insure your stock, which means you should report the stock value. You should report the value of. Similarly, you should also report how much profit you are earning. Only when you report for that, insurance will be applicable. So insurance is not for any amount of profit. It also to be a specified amount for which insurance to be taken. Correct? So you should know how much profit you usually earn. You should be knowing how much profit you usually earn. Based on that, you should make out a claim. You should make out a policy. And based on that accident, they will measure how much profit you have lost and that will be compensated. Correct? Everybody? Which means to claim this, there should be a separate policy. That is the conclusion. Though I am discussing for 5 minutes, 30 seconds or 10 seconds essence is that to claim this, you should have taken a separate policy. This is regulated by a separate policy, separate terms. Right?
Yes, sir.
Everybody?
Yes, sir.
Now listen. Because of fire, we lose profit. Because of fire, we lose profit. Now, which profit are we speaking? Is it the past or is it future? Future. The present is past, future. Date of fire, past, future. Which profit is compensated? Past, future, both. This is date of fire. This line is date of fire. Correct? Everybody. Or here is the place I am standing. Future or past, which is getting compensated? Past or future or both? Only future. Only future. Obviously only future. Please understand. Because of fire, you don't lose past profits. You lose future profits. Are you following this? Because of fire, sir, my past profit also lost. Then how you lost past profit? Sir, you know where I got my profit? In a sheet of paper, in a P&L account, I got the profit, sir. That piece of paper destroyed by fire. And thereby my past profit also lost, no, sir. Now listen carefully. So we understand that it is not past profit, it is future profit which will be lost by fire, which is going to be compensated. Now why profit is lost? How come profit is lost because of fire? Oh, if you have an answer, please raise your hand.
The damaged goods would have been sold at selling price, they would have got.
Damaged goods if it is sold. No. Yes, sir.
The goods which are got damaged in fire, if they would have sold for selling price, they would have got something more than cost price, which they have claimed. So that way they lost the profit.
So what you are conveying is, you are losing profit because you are losing stock.
Yes, sir.
Small, correct? You are losing profit because you are losing
stock.
When fire occurred, we give money for loss of stock.
Yes, sir.
Now you buy the stock and you sell.
The claim which you give is on cost price, sir, but if those would have goods would be
With that cost price you buy the stock, no, and sell.
Sir, that is what we are going to do, sir. But the profit which I have lost is lost, no, sir.
Where it is last? Bah.
Sir, not like that, sir.
Fire came. Fire. Actually, you wanted to sell the stock after the fire only. Correct? Had you want to sell before fire, you should have sold it. You should not have waited for the fire to consume it. Correct? So, you wanted to sell after fire. So, fire occurred. Respond.
Yes, sir.
Now, take the money, buy the stock, sell. Sell.
Sir, again I have to produce those.
Produce.
That's the thing, sir. Product.
Produce and sell.
Sir, but whatever is lost, no, sir.
What is last?
Cost price of producing the product might have been increased, no, sir.
If not increase, you don't want claim. Correct?
Sir,
Suppose increase, yes, agreed. Not increase, you don't want. Abba. So cost price increases, na you want it. Cost price not increases, na you don't want. So finally, your claim, you are telling me an answer. Sir, we lose profit because after fire cost price increases. That's the reason. Ultimately, the reason is we are asking you what question, sir? How profit is lost? Our friend says because of stock lost, profit is lost. Our friend is saying not because of stock lost, sir, but the cost price increase is what you said. Known for other. Which would work?
after receiving the claim, no, sir,
I'm coming.
you'll get the money
Mike.
after receiving the claim, you'll get the money for the stock which is destroyed.
Yes.
But at the time, the cost price of the stock might have been.
That's matter. Finally, what the essence of that story? If you say precise writing of your essay, is that you are telling profit is lost because cost price increases. Adilya, marubadi story, yeah. You are telling same story only, pa? Yes, pass. I'm coming. Just one. Okay, girls will be given 33.33% priority. After this, definitely for you only. Okay. Wait first.
Sir, because
Fighting for the quota system. Okay.
sir, because the fire has happened, it would take some time for the organization to recover from that effect of. So during that.
What time?
Sir, for that actual sales which had happened before.
Why?
Sir.
Why? No. Come on. Because of fire accident. What? Fire came na, I won't do business for the next 2 weeks.
Sir, the normal operations.
Please stop talking, my dear friends.
Sir, the normal operations would have been affected by that fire, no, sir.
How? What? Make specific.
Sir, suppose during that period, if we had.
My dear friends, sure.
Sir, during that period, if normal operations had happened, we would have been able to earn some profit from that, sir.
The profit from what?
From the normal operations, sir.
Huh?
Because the fire had happened, we would have not been able to earn the same rate of profit.
My dear friends, stop talking. Yes.
We would have not been able to earn the same rate of profit.
Why? In a word, in a statement, which if I want to say, everything is correct. Not even a single answer what you provide is wrong. Everything is correct. Which activity of business gives you profit? Marketing. Which activity gives you profit? Only sales. Marketing will not give you profit, pa. Sales come marketing la kadai. Specific question. Manage pannakoodadhu. If you have Misa, I would have told Misa la manna outla na Misa illa. Now listen. Which activity gives you profit? We lose profit because we lose sales. That's all. We lose profit because we lose sales after fire. The sales that we would have done, we could not make. I am not discussing about purchases or production or anything. These are all the secondary reason. Sir, why you lose sales? Maybe someone will say, sir, we lost stock and usually it takes time to produce the stock. Even if machinery is there, sir, we are in a car manufacturing company. All our car got destroyed by fire. Now to manufacture car, it doesn't happen in one day time. Is that clear? Everybody? Some of them will say, sir, we are having a jewelry shop. Now place got destroyed. As a friend conveyed, we can't sell now these costliest jewelry, diamonds and all in platform. Understood? Like one nearby person will tell 5 rupees, I will take 5 lakh, like that I can't sell. Would you appreciate that? It could be because of machinery lost. It could be because of our human resource lost. It could be because of cash lost. It could be because of anything lost, but ultimately it is sales lost. Are you following the point, sir? Sir, all are correct, but ultimately, why you lose profit? You lose sales, that's all. Sir, it is not losing purchases, losing production. It is losing. Why you lose sales? Thousands of reasons. Are you following? One will say this, that, this. All the factors which are contributing to reduction in sales is not actually contributing to reduction in profits. So that we can easily solve the problem. Once you can link the relationship between profit with sales, then we can easily learn this topic, right? Everybody? So thereby only I am linking that, so thereby we lose profit because we lose. And all of you were correct in saying that, sir, it is because of goods lost, cost price may increase. Every reason is correct, and all these things contribute us to reduction in sales. Ultimate. Is that clear? Pakka? Everybody? So we lose sales and thereby we lose profit. Why we lose sales? Thousands of reasons. Correct? Fire destroyed machinery, fire destroyed building, fire destroyed stock. It takes time, human resource, working capital, cash, everything destroyed, and thereby we lose sales. And because of sales loss, we lose profit. Is that clear? Yes, Pakka? Yes, sir. Okay, now listen carefully. So this profit will be compensated. Correct? How much profit will be compensated? Profit on sales lost will be compensated. Profit on sales lost will be compensated. Is that clear? Yes, sir. Everybody? Yes, sir. So you should know what is the profit in relation to sales lost. That is how the computation will be going. Thereby only we are linking now itself. Correct? Yes, so how much profit will be compensated? Profit on sales loss. There is nothing called profit for a period. It is actually sales for a period, and during that period sales would have been this much. That sales was lost. So whatever profit I would have made on that sales, I am losing. Correct? Yes, that is a link we are going to go for computation. Shall we proceed? Yes, so we lose profit because we lose sales. Everybody? Yes, how much profit will be compensated? How much profit will be compensated? Profit on? Now, insurance company wants to compensate you what you actually suffer. Correct? Because of fire, what you are losing, that is getting compensated. My dear friend, listen here, don't sleep. So we find that profit is lost because sales is lost. Understood? Everybody? So during the fire affected period, you are losing some sales. You are losing some sales. So now listen carefully. Insurance company will compensate you. What? Insurance company will compensate you. Gross profit or net profit? Everybody, you are all the business enterprises, business entrepreneurs who are doing business. By doing business, what do you actually take home? Profit, okay, pa? Which profit? எனக்கு எக்ஸ்பிளனேஷன் இந்த மாதிரி மொக்கையெல்லாம் கொடுக்கக்கூடாது. ஸ்பெசிஃபிக் கொஸ்டின் கேட்டால் இதே மாதிரியே பேசிட்டு இருக்கக்கூடாது. விச் ப்ராஃபிட் யூ டேக் ஹோம்? அங்கே ஸ்பெசிஃபிக்காக அங்கே இது இருக்குது. அண்டர்ஸ்டூடா? ரெஸ்பாண்ட். ஸோ வாட் யூ கேன் லூஸ்? ஸோ காம்பன்சேஷன் வில் பி ஜிபி ஆர் என்பி? ஜிபியா? என்பியா? Loss of profit. Profit is lost because sales lost. Profit is primarily lost because sales lost. Why sales lost means it could be the time factor. Sir, had I sold on this day, this much sales I would have got. Since after fire, next 3 months I could not sell. Because of my stock loss, because of that loss, this loss, anything for that matter, it's some period which you're losing in terms of volume of sales. Correct? Everybody. And it could be in value also, it could be in volume also. In any form, you could have lost sales. Ultimately, that is the event which is giving you profit. Correct? All other events are contributors. Without marketing, how will you make sales? That is a different issue. But by doing marketing, no sales is there, no profit. Correct? No marketing, sales is there, there is profit. So ultimately, which event is giving you profit means not purchases or production or anything. It is the event of sales giving you profit. You lose profit because you lose. Why you lose sales? No production. That is different reason. Could you appreciate that? Ultimately, it boils down to any sort of angle that you push, you take now. Ultimately, it goes to one point only, saying that I have lost sales and thereby I lose profit. Shall we? Yes, sir. Okay. The loss is in relation to past or future. Is it that is before fire or after fire? After fire only. It's a profit that would have been earned after fire was lost. Correct? Now listen. GP or NP? A businessman take home only net profit. Never we give you more amount to you. What you actually lose, that only we can give you. Correct? And thereby we will give you GP. GP. I actually guided you to NP. GP, the question was GP or NP. I told you the answer now, GP. Now my next question is reason. Why GP? Actually I guided you to NP. Correct? You actually had some idea about GP. Then I actually converted you to wrong answer. Correct? Now I am telling it is GP. Now you should ask for the reasons why GP. No, not asking me. No, yes sir. And tell me answers. So don't ask me immediately. Yes sir, yes sir. Now listen, please. Yes. Okay, nobody here.
For this period you haven't made sales, you'll still be paying salary and rent and all those things.
Yes.
For that the insurance company has to pay you.
That's simple, straightforward answer, so it's very good. Please understand. The problem is that when you don't do sales, you don't have gross profit. Correct? Now, whether you have gross profit or not, you have to pay salary. You have to pay rent. You have to pay interest. Correct? So usually sales was 10 lakhs, gross profit used to be 3 lakhs. Gross profit 3 lakhs, salary, rent, interest 1 lakh 80. And you will have 1 lakh 20. Now if I give you your net profit alone 1 lakh 20, you anyway have to pay what? That salary, rent, interest and all 1 lakh 80, correct? So insurance company gives you 1 lakh 20,000 and you have to pay 1 lakh 80,000 without any result, correct? And what is that resulting thing is that you will have negative 60. You will have a negative. So if you want to take home 1 lakh 20, you can do that only if I give you 3 lakhs. If insurance company gives you, you can pay out of the 3 lakhs so that you can take home. So to you I am giving only 1 lakh 20. But for you to take home 1 lakh 20, I have to give you 3 lakhs. Is that clear? So rather than saying gross profit, actually in this policy 2 things are compensated. So I will put it that way. It is a net profit and certain expenses. Understood? And together it is usually called as gross profit. It is more than net profit. It is more than net profit. Everybody, is that clear? And thereby it is called as what? Gross profit. Anything more than net profit, still profit means it is gross profit. Is that clear? Sir, why don't you say directly it is gross profit? There may be a small difference between a real GP and the GP that you consider here. What difference, sir? Maybe some of these expenses I may not compensate you. Some of these expenses I may not compensate. We may not cover in that policy. Respond. Either you didn't cover the policy or insurance company not accepting to cover that. No, anything could have happened in both ways. Understood? Sometimes what happens, you want to cover salary which is 90,000. Then only understand this is the salary paid to your wife. You are a businessman or to spouse in general. Understanding? So you are paying salary to your spouse and that salary you are covering, and this is a business expense which is allowed. But maybe insurance company may not accept it. Or maybe it could be interest. You are paying to somebody who is charging that meter rent, that rent, this rent and all. And I mean, meter interest, that interest and all. Are you following? Are you following this? Some kanduvadi, that interest, this interest, like that. So many unofficial or illegal interest rates and all are there, and you would have taken interest that may not be compensated. There should be some proper banking interest. Understood? Could you appreciate that? So thereby there are certain expenditure which may accept and certain expenditure may not be. You may ultimately working out your net profit, you may claim all the expenses, correct? For reporting purpose you may do everything, but for insurance company they may not include certain expenses for the policy. Clear? So what is compensated means net profit, my dear friend. What is compensated is the net profit and few amount of expenditure, correct? What is compensated? Net profit and few amount of expenditure. We call that as insured charges. What charges? Now what expenses covered? Expenses which are there in trading or which expense which are there in P&L? Expense which are there in? Sir, then expense which are there in trading like wages, carriage inwards, these things are covered or not covered? Not covered because they will not be incurred if purchase is not there, correct? They are variable cost or fixed cost. If the sales is not there, such cost is not incurred. But even though sales is not there, you will incur salary cost. You will incur rent cost. So these are called fixed cost. Costing class started, you should be knowing the basic difference between fixed cost and variable cost. Are you following? What is included is fixed cost or variable cost? Only fixed cost. Those costs that will be incurred whether sale is there or not there. Could you appreciate? So I will compensate you 2 things, net profit and fixed cost. Which cost? In insurance language they are called standing charges. What charges? Standing charges. And it is not all the standing charges we will give. It is only the standing charges which are covered by the insurance policy. Which are covered by the, we call this as insured standing charges. What standing charges? From a layman's approach now into technical man, a professional. We are just taking the technical terms involved into it. Shall we proceed? So what is getting compensated? It is not GP or NP, it is actually NP plus standing charge. What standing charge? Insured standing charge. Correct? And sometimes it may be equal to GP or may not equal to GP. Correct? So thereby, but ultimately we call it as GP only. It is more or less equal to GP. When it will be equal to the actual GP, if all the standing charges are insured, definitely it will be equal to the original GP. Respond. Suppose this 1,80,000 lakh, this is 90 and this is 50 and this is 40. 90 plus 50 plus 40, 1,80,000. Correct? Now in this, imagine 40,000 is not covered. Interest is not covered by Then how much I will compensate? Means I will compensate net profit, 120 salary, rent. So thereby I will compensate 260. Correct, Abba? Respond. So 260 is almost equal to GP. So a GP for trading purpose and GP for this policy will have difference. Correct? GP for trading purpose and GP for this policy will have small difference. Could you appreciate that? Pakka. So thereby, according to this policy, GP itself is redefined. What is GP? It is not sales minus cost of goods sold. Net profit plus insurance standing charge. That's the point. Is that clear? It is dash plus dash. Net profit plus insured standing charges. Now we have concluded GP will be compensated, correct? But that GP has got a different definition. It is equal to dash plus dash. Net profit plus insured standing charges. Understood? GP equal to net profit plus insured standing charges. Insured standing charges is what we call it as gross profit. Everybody? Pakka? So that's the way we are just working. So what will be compensated? GP will be compensated. GP on dash. No, GP on sales lost. Now the topic is getting completed there. Understood? So after fire, you will be compensated what? Profit. Which profit? Gross profit. How much gross profit? Gross profit on. That makes the concept pakka. Correct? I lose sales. I lose profit because sales loss. How much profit I lose? In GP or NP? GP. So thereby final, what is the claim? Claim equal to dash. The claim equal to GP on sales lost. GP on is the compensation. Clear? Compensation equal to GP on correct? Now for how long they will compensate me? How long? Up to the time of claim. How long they will compensate me? Whatever period I am losing sales. Are we going to lose the sales for life? After some time we will bring the normal business. So thereby how long they will compensate? The time taken by the business to the period is called reorganization period. The period is called reconstruction period, or it could be interruption period, dislocation period. There may be multiple names in multiple problems. Understood? It's a period of dislocation, period of interruption, reorganization, reconstruction. Is that clear? Ultimately, the time taken to restore the normal business, normal sales. Understood? How long they will compensate? You are all the business insurance company. How long you will compensate me? Till the normal sale is restored. That period is called which date to which date? Date of fire to the date up to which your normal business is restored. Correct? So that is what we call as interruption period, dislocation period, reconstruction period, such names. Could you appreciate? Pakka? Everybody? So you all compensate me. You are all insurance company. I am asking you, sir, ma'am, please tell me how long will you compensate me? You will tell whatever sales you will lose on that. Sir, how long? You are telling that, correct? Respond. And that period you will ask me, correct? Ask me how long I will take. I will take 25 years only. I will just take 25 years. For 25 years. Because I will take. Because if you are going to compensate me, 25 years after fire, I won't do any sales. Understood? Why I should do sales? If I lose sales, even if I lose sales, whatever profit I would have earned, you will compensate me, na? What a jolly work, pa. Without no work, just be seated at home, simply no sales. Just monthly, insurance company profit. Insurance company profit. This is what I will do. Correct? Everybody. So if you make out a point that you will compensate me till I restore my business, I won't do restoration. Understood? Somebody is going to give me money like this, simply being seated. You keep giving me money, I won't do any work. Will I do? Please respond. Everybody. So that work will not be tempted. That is why government officials, government work is happening like that. Whether you do work or not doing work, take salary. Then why do they? Are you following this? Everybody. And not all, exceptions only. So please understand that. So you will compensate me for life? How long will you compensate? Now you are thinking out of the box. Not that year that you take, sir. How long? Reasonable period. The question arises, what is reasonable period? Say 25 and about 24 years. Reasonable. 20 years. Question of fact. Question of fact. What is question of fact? Law class started. Okay. So what is question of fact and all? I don't know, sir. How many years will come? They will see competing business. Another friend of mine also had a fire accident. He also took 10 years. My competitor is similar. Yes. Based on size of the business. So, okay, very small business, now tell me. What period? Tell me what period normally takes. Tell me logically. I am a businessman. I am affected. I had a provision store. Tell me. 1 or 2 years. Nice insurance company. Who is that insurance company? Yes, sir. Based on? Hi. That is only I am asking you. You are the insurance company. Till how long you will pay me? Claim is I am asking you. Till I repay the claim. What is claim amount? Profit on sales lost. After fire, every year I am losing sales. That is my question. I am not doing any business. Every year after fire I am losing sales. Now will you compensate me every year? That is what was the question. You said till it is repaid, claim is repaid. Every year you should repay the claim. Yes, sir. Sir, please stop talking. It's actually extracting answer from you. Making you, I can convey the answer in one step and simply why to waste time. But that is not the motive. Some of them having fun only that time. Please think, that is not the time. So in parliament, sometimes some people are doing wonderful job. Others will take some videos. Like that also people, we laugh at them. But in class what do? Some intelligent people think of questions. Some others say, that movie. Like that, the same like you only. Insurance will watch? No. And I am not doing anything. I am like statue only. You watch me. See? Oh, 25 years I won't start. You will pay? Super insurance company, Oh, super checkpoint. He says that he is an insurance company. Till I reconstruct my business, he won't pay. So if he wants to pay the claim, then he will pay me only after my reconstruction. Correct? Okay. I don't want money for 5 years. I don't want money for after 5 years I start. 5 years amount you will give. You only told her. Don't change that. Just now only you told her. You told her, not told her. Abba, you are telling us some other reason. Please see it. Ayyo, Kota. 1 minute. யாரு? Is. கோட்டா இல்லையா? Now listen, that's correct. Now listen. There will be a period mentioned in the policy. Now listen. Generally, it is for a span of maximum period of 6 months. The applicable policy, the policy is actually applicable for a life of 1 year. Policy is actually applicable for a life of 1 year. But generally, claim period is 6 months. No, sir, 6 months, 1 year confusion. What is that? If I took the policy on 1st July 2013, when I say policy period is 1 year, policy period is 1 year. Then this policy expires on 30th June 2014, 30th June 2014, midnight, 12 o'clock. Everybody, please respond. Compensation period is 6 months. Compensation period is 6 months. Suppose during this period any time fire occurred means, suppose fire occurred on 1st of June, September 2013, then they will compensate me only for 1 year. Policy period is 1 year, correct? Please respond. So they will be compensate me for how many months, sir? Maximum, that is 1/9/2013 to September end, October end, November end, December end, Jan end, February end, 28 to 2014. For this period only they will compensate me, correct? Please respond. Now when I make such examples, then suddenly one student will ask very creatively, sir, you said policy will expire on what date? 30th June 2014. Around night 11:45, fire occurred. Correct? 30th June 2014, around 11:45, what occurred? Fire occurred. Everybody, now you will compensate me for 15 minutes or 6 months. Policy expires on what date? 30th June 2014, midnight, 12 o'clock. Correct? Now in that case, compensation is only for a span of 15 minutes, I don't think 6 months. So these two periods are totally different. This is the period during which fire should have occurred. That is called policy period. Indemnity period means the period that will be compensated by the insurance company after fire. Could you appreciate that? So the fire could have occurred at any point of time. The fire could have occurred at any point of time. Everybody, respond. During the policy period, correct? Indemnity period means the period of maximum period of compensation by the insurance company. So any time fire occurred during this period, this 1 year, after that date of fire till the next 6 months maximum, I will compensate. Even if that 6 months doesn't fall in this policy period. Even if that 6 months doesn't fall in the policy period. Understood? Please respond. Everybody, the 6 months are crossing this 1 year period, sir. Still will you compensate? The 6 months period is covering, crossing this 30th June 2014. Will you compensate? Yes, that is 6 months is different, correct? This is a period over which what should have occurred? So you are getting clarity? Some students used to create confusion. Creativity, no bound at all. What they will tell, I will tell you one doubt what student raised. Sir, fire started 11:45. And actually, that 30th June 2014, around 11:45 night, fire started. And actually fire lasted for 1 day. 24 hours of fire, sir. Correct? Respond. Now you told fire should have occurred before 30th June 2014. Correct? Now that fire actually occurred for, during that period fire started. Respond. Everybody. And then it actually ended after 24 hours. At least 4-5 hours fire not existing. Correct? Okay, imagine 5 hours fire. How many hours fire? In the 15 minutes fire destroyed very less things. In remaining 4 hours 45 minutes fire, it destroyed many things. Insurance company will compensate or not compensate, is what our friend asked. Will compensate. It's actually about occurring of fire accident during that period. Correct? When it started, when it is ended, then proportionate period of fire. One person will watch how long fire is there, in that what and all getting destroyed. Too creativity, sir. That much don't go. But you can have creativity. Are you following this? Pakka? You are getting clarity, sir? So during the policy period, what should have occurred? And the fire policy will cover a period called indemnity period. What period? Indemnity. That is the maximum period of compensation. That is the maximum period of compensation. Generally 6 months. It need not be 6 months. It can be 5 months. Some insurance company will say indemnity period is 5 months. Indemnity period is 4 months. So it depends upon the period mentioned in the policy. Period covered by the policy is called that. So how long you will be compensating us? 6 months. Forget 6 months. 6 months is not the basis. I told you some basis maximum. So it is all about the period which is called dash. Adukku name irukku. Indemnity. So how long you will compensate me? Policy period. Indemnity period. Correct? But not always indemnity period. Suppose I restarted my normal business in 2 months' time. If I have restarted my business in 2 months' time, then you will compensate me for 6 months. You will compensate me only for 2 months. So thereby, you will compensate me for the indemnity period or the interruption period, whichever is less. Is that clear? Everybody? So compensation will be made for dash period or dash period, whichever is less. Indemnity period or interruption period, whichever is less. Indemnity period refers to the period mentioned in the policy. And interruption period refers to the period which is affected by fire. Understood? The period which was actually affected by fire. Fire affected period. Right, Appa? Respond. So we are discussing what's a claim for loss of, which has to be covered separately by a policy. Okay. Past or future? Future. That is after fire or before fire? After fire. Correct? We lose profit because we lose sales. Everybody? GP or NP? GP. Correct? Rather than saying GP, it will be more appropriate if you say dash plus dash. Insurance standing charge. And which we call it as GP. Correct? So GP on dash. Sales or sales lost? Sales lost, not on sales. Sales lost. How much sales you lost, on that sales only will apply. Correct? So final compensation claim is very simple. It is, claim is just to have a learning objective itself. We are taking this much time. Correct? Another 20 minutes only we are having. Everybody 1200 seconds only. We had 3000 seconds at the beginning. Now only 1200 seconds. Now listen carefully. Claim is actually GP on sales during fire during compensation period. Everybody? GP on during compensation period equal to dash period or dash period, whichever is less. Above the period of compensation, you should fix it. You should fix the period of compensation. This is dash or dash period, whichever is less. Indemnity period, which means a period covered by the insurance policy, which is mentioned in the contract of insurance. Correct? Period mentioned in the insurance policy. It is indemnity period or interruption period, which is the actual period affected by fire. So dash period or dash period, whichever is less, is called dash period. Compensation period. Above, what is the two periods? Indemnity period or reorganization period, whichever is called compensation period. Correct? Everybody? And during this period, dash will be compensated. Dash on dash. GP on sales lost. How to find out is very simple. Sales lost into GPR. How to find out? Sales lost into. So you should be knowing two things there. In computing GP on sales lost, you should be knowing the sales lost as well as GPR. Right? Everybody? So this will be computed as sales lost into GPR. Sales lost into GPR. Correct? Respond. How to find out GPR? GP by sales into 100. Which GP, sir? Previous year GP. Which sales, sir? Previous year sales into 100. Correct? And later on we make adjustment for change in prices. Change in price levels. Could you appreciate that? So prepare which find out which GP. Previous year GP. Then previous year sales into 100. Correct? Respond. But it is not the GP which is arrived through trading account. It is not the GP arrived through trading account. GP equal to net profit plus insured standing charge. Net profit of which year? Previous year. Insured standing charges of which year? Previous year. Because that previous year based financial statements only policy would have been taken. Correct? When you are presenting, this is my expenses normally, that should be given with evidence. Correct? For which you would have presented the latest financial statements. Could you appreciate that? Respond. So fixed cost generally remains same from year to year or not? Everybody, for which you will give evidence. That evidence is what? In the form of previous year financial statements. Could you appreciate that? So actually you are insuring profit and expenses, not GP. You are insuring net profit and expenses. Is that clear? Everybody? So thereby we are just giving this information like this. So it is sales lost into GPR. Sales into GPR equal to dash by dash into dash. GP by sales into 100. Which year information? GP equal to dash plus dash. Net profit plus insured standing charges. Right? Everybody? Pakka? Then we should know what? Sales lost. We should be knowing. But before we know sales lost, let us now solve one question, computation of GPR. Understood? We actually initially find out GPR of, and if nothing is informed, is the previous year GPR is the current year GPR. Understood? Normally we understand through this P&L, GP minus these expenditure will be NP. Correct? GP minus these expenditure. What are these expenditure? Standing charges. Correct? Will give you what? NP plus all standing charges or insured standing charges? Insured standing charge will give you GP. Correct? So normal GP is different from GP for this policy. Correct? Normal GP means the balance of here in trading account. In other words, NP plus all standing charges is what GP? Normal GP. NP plus all the standing charge will give you normal GP. But this policy GP, net profit plus, that friend is not there in the class. Yes, sir. Center. Yes. So it is net profit plus insured standing charge will give you GP for this policy. But normal GP, Normal GP means in a normal usage of words, GP means it's a balancing figure in trading account. That is what they usually convey as GP. So if the question conveys GP amount means you should know that GP is not the GP required for this policy. GP is the normal GP, balancing figure in the trading account. And you should find out the GP for this policy, correct? Please respond. So those things should bear in your mind. Let me see how well you understood this concept. I have not made detailed discussion about what we discussed latest. Now let us do problems involving computation of gross profit ratio. What is the computation, sir, we are going to make out? Claim for. What is that? Claim. GP on during. First you should fix what? Compensation period equal to indemnity period or reorganization period, whichever is less. GP on sales last equal to sales last into GPR, correct? GPR equal to GP by sales into 100. GP equal to net profit plus insured standing charges. Is that clear? Pakka. Question number 16.
Calculate the gross profit ratio in each of the following alternative cases. Case A. Net profit rupees 2,40,000. Turnover of last accounting year rupees 40 lakhs. Standing charges, out of which 80,000 have not been insured, rupees 5,60,000. Case B. Net loss rupees 2,40,000. Turnover of last accounting year 40 lakhs. Standing charges, out of which 80,000 have not been insured, 5,60,000. Case C. Net profit rupees 2,40,000. Turnover of last accounting year rupees 40 lakhs. Standing charges, out of which 80,000 have not been insured, rupees 5,60,000. Special circumstances clause in the policy allows for increase in rate of gross profit by 2%. Case D. Gross profit ratio for last year 25%. Turnover for the last year rupees 10 lakhs. Total standing charges, out of which 50,000 have not been insured, rupees 2,50,000. Case E. Gross profit ratio for last year 30%. Turnover for last year rupees 5 lakhs. Uninsured standing charges rupees 25,000. Net profit rupees 90,000.
Everybody? So case A, rate of gross profit is 18%. Correct? How many of you got this? All. Super. Very good. Let me see. Throughout all 5 questions, all are raising. Case B. Great. Yeah, it is correct. Are you? 100%. Into 100. Case B. Gross profit equal to net profit plus insured standing charges. That is 2,40,000 negative. You may call it as net loss plus insured standing or minus and all. It is like actually net profit is negative, correct? Plus 4,80,000. 2,40,000. So GPR equal to 2,40,000 by 40 lakhs into 100. 6%. In case C, GPR, what we actually finding out is relating to previous year, correct? So again the same amount only, 7,20,000 divided by 40 lakhs into 100. How much? 18%. Everybody? Now listen. Increase 2%. And it is 20%. Please understand, increase in rate of GPR by 2% is not 2% of 18%. It is an increase of 2% in rate. 18% plus 2%. Now listen, RBI announces 1% increase in lending rate. Doesn't mean that 1% of existing rate. It is, suppose existing rate is 11% means, what is the lending rate? 12%. You should not say 1% of 11%. It is 11.11%. Like that you can't assume. Understanding? So rate of GP increase by 2% is not 2% of 18%. It is just 2% increase on 18%. Totally 20%. Are you following? So whenever there is a percentage already expressed, that percentage increased by another percentage means it is just simple addition directly. It is not 1% of another percentage. Understood? So rate of GPR is 18%. Rate of GPR increased by 2%. It is not 2% of 18%. Rate of GP is what? GPR. Rate of GP is GPR. GPR increased by 2%. So what is rate of GP? GP amount or GP rate? GP rate. GP rate increased by 2%. First of all, understand this is 18%. It's not an amount. It's not GP amount. It is GPR. Understood? And rate of that GP, this is 18%, increased by 2%. It's not 2% of 18%. Never it will come like that. So it is only 20%.
Thank you friends. OMSAI Bhojanapalli.